Hi, I'm Jacob Hornberger, President of the Future of Freedom Foundation, and this is my monthly report for August 2017 to the members of the FFF Freedom Club. First of all, thank you very much for your great support for our HBCU project, Historically Black Colleges and Universities. As you know, what we're doing is taking our End the Drug War conferences to HBCUs, raising people's vision on these campuses as to why the drug war is so immoral, so evil, so destructive, and why it's racist to the core. And this also enables us to bring the libertarian ideas and the libertarian philosophy to an entirely new audience of students. So thank you for doing that, and thank you also for helping us out with your general support during the course of the year. As you no doubt know, there's no way we could do it without those of you that help us out in a bigger way. And so we're very, very grateful for that. You might be interested to know that our Libertarian Angle this week with Richard Ebeling and myself addresses one of the burning issues of the day, and I think you might find it interesting, and that is all this controversy over racism and bigotry and the Civil War statutes. And I think you'll see that Richard and I bring a somewhat different perspective to this debate, where people are accusing Lee and Stonewall Jackson and others of treason, and where they're talking about racism and bigotry and so forth. And so I think you'd be interested to see the different perspective that Richard and I bring to this debate. Finally, I'll be speaking at a conference on September 9th. It's another one of Ron Paul's conferences that he had last year. This is the second one, which hopefully will be an annual series on foreign policy, empire interventionism. As you all no doubt know, that I consider this the most fundamental threat to our freedom, our well-being, our privacy, everything. This foreign policy of interventionism, much bigger than even the welfare state and the regulated and managed economy, which is what brought many of us into the libertarian movement. As Madison said, war is the biggest threat to liberty. It involves centralization of power, debauchery of the currency, destruction of the currency, and of course infringements on the rights and liberties of the citizenry at the hands of their own government. And that's why he said this is such a threat to our economic well-being, our liberties, our rights. And now that Trump has folded and abandoned his supposed opposition to the war in Afghanistan, the 16-year war that continues going on, along with the war in Iraq that's still going on. I mean, this thing is just really getting out of hand. It just goes on and on and on, regardless of who's elected president. But there is hope, and that hope lies with the American people. That if you can get enough people to question this whole philosophy of foreign interventionism and the structure of the national security state, and start thinking in terms of restoring a limited government republic, reining in the government, bringing the troops home, and unleashing the private sector to interact with the people of the world, now we're talking about a peaceful, harmonious, economically prosperous, and free society. One where the government doesn't have the power to assassinate its own citizens and torture them and indefinitely detain them and all these other characteristics of totalitarian regimes. Well, Ron has been addressing this for as long as I've known, and because he recognizes, like we do, how important it is, and it's even more important and more urgent now when we see the ongoing crises in Afghanistan, the Middle East, Korea, and other parts of the world. So I'll be speaking at that conference. It's a real honor to get invited again. I hope you'll consider attending. Last year it was a sellout. It's at the Washington Dulles Marriott, $75, one-day conference. You can fly in to Dulles Airport. The hotel is like right there at the airport. It's like about a 3-minute transport from the airport. And it was a great conference last year, and I have no doubts it's going to be just as good, if not better, this year. So love to see you there, and that's pretty much my report for this month. Thank you again for your great support. Hope to see you at the Ron Paul conference, and if not, I will be talking to you again when I come back to you with my September report. Hope you have a great end of summer, and I look forward to seeing you all in the fall.